Got you. Pulling something up.
Yeah, I'm just pulling up the Blue Letter Bible. Make sure I got all
So
my.
how do you feel about judging uh, a brother or a sister that you really don't know? Like, how do you personally feel about that? I mean, we know what the scriptures say. We know that the Bible tells us we supposed to. It ain't. I mean, ain't no question about that. As long as we judging righteously, we're supposed to. That's our job. We not. We can't let them get hit by the bus if we can prevent them getting hit by the bus. Now we know that the streets done programmed everybody to mind their own business. But what do you do, bro? Just let them get hit by the bus? Like, how do you feel about that? Knowing that you're obligated, knowing that it's part of your business to judge and rebuke that brother or sister. Like, how do you feel about
The thing about it, it's easily to make them turn against you if you trying to bring it to their attention. So it's always that consideration of them feelings for the other person. That's always it's gonna pop up in the mind at least for a little while. But sometimes the consideration don't even matter if you. Now I know what I'm supposed to do, but if I tell you, "Hey, Godshand, I don't think you should be doing this," and I know you're gonna feel a certain type of way about it, I might hesitate. I might hesitate to bring it to your attention, or even prolong, bro. Even prolong to the point where let me wait it out and see what he do.
it? So
You
wouldn't
know what I'm
that be
saying?
considered choosing man over God?
Oh, that's man all the way. Cause the Most High wants you to go on and point that thing out and go and tell that man change his way, or we got a place for
Because
you.
okay, so like what we were talking about earlier, I'm conflicted because in my workplace I see an Israelite that recently started working there, a lost sheep, a brother, but he is a vocal, open, not hiding it, Homo sapien.
Yeah,
And the world say that you're not supposed to be homophobic, but the thing about it is, I want to rebuke that brother because him being that way, it hinders my interaction with him. Now
hmm
I want to just tell him, bro, look, man, the Most High don't want you. You a boy, Damien.
you a
The
boy.
most Look
You're
here,
not
man.
in
The Most
jail.
High wants you to wear socks, man. Put on a pair of socks, man.
Yeah,
Stop, stop wearing these short pants and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your shirt need to be bigger than that.
that workplace is gonna come at you though, as
As
soon
soon
as you
as I
do though,
do,
bro.
the
You know what I'm saying?
workplace is gonna come in. I'm liable to get fired.
Yeah.
So, we know that the Bible tells us to be wise as a serpent. So certain situations I have to use my wisdom and not jump out there. So do you think that'll be held against me, bro? Because I have rebuked the Homo sapien that working there. But that's because he came in there carrying the Bible every day. We we got to talk.
hmm
And my boss, my
Hey,
boss
let
ended
me.
up telling me, yeah, come on.
Salaki, that made me think about uh my sheep hear my voice. You know what I'm saying? My sheep know who I am. My
They
sheep hear
follow
my
me.
voice, bro. That might not be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm
I
not.
get
I
it.
ain't saying that.
It's not that part
But
is not for me to
if
say.
it's not
It's
heard,
not for me to say. In order for
yeah.
me to find out whether this is a lost sheep or whether this is something
Mhm.
from another flock, I have to do my due diligence
Mhm.
and try to rebuke and judge and
Mhm.
inform and alert and let them know. Because go ahead, man. Talk. Let me. I'm gonna bring out this scripture. What you think? What you think about
Yeah.
what I'm saying though? How would you go about it?
I think it's way. I think it's ways to do it though. So like, even if you don't want to even say nothing, like you don't want to be vocal about it, you could leave like a letter or probably like a script, bro. Just hit them with a script. That'd be my go-to every time. I'm going straight. I'm going straight to the script, and I'm gonna, if I can, I'll write it down. If I can't print it out, write it down. Probably sit it down wherever they gonna be at or wherever they work at in their work area. If you have break, sometime bring out some scripts. Or everybody don't want to hear about the Most High
Man,
too,
we
though,
know
bro.
this. That's why you have to
That,
ask.
bro.
Ask. Do you? Is it okay for me to bless this house? Is it okay for me to
Yeah,
bring peace in this house? We just
yeah.
discussed that.
I was just gonna say that if you let it be known, like, hey, can I do this for you? Is this okay? And they say, yeah, yay. You know what I mean? And after that, yay, gonna bring that script out to them. But is it wrong though, bro, for leaving a script like as a letter,
I
as a
think
note,
in the
as
workplace
a
it might be. That
mm,
that's where it all that's what it all boils down to.
yeah,
Because my workplace has
that workplace?
policies, and they'll say I'm
Mm-hmm.
forcing my religion on other workers, or I'm creating a uncomfortable work environment. I'm gonna bring out Ezekiel 3:18 right here, bro.
Let me get that for you.
Because it's a lot of people that actually think that only God can judge me is in the Bible.
Hey, the way it said it gotta be a script somewhere, ain't it,
It's
man?
not
The way it's brought out, the way it's brought out, it
in
gotta
the
be a
book of
script
Tupac.
somewhere.
It's in the book of Tupac, man.
Mm.
You know how many people got that tattooed on
Ezekiel
them?
3:18 said,
Uh,
"How many people got tattoos of Tupac on them?"
no.
Or
How
you
many
talking
people
about
got a tattoo
the
saying
script?
only God can judge me?
Mm. Nah, I definitely know, especially back in the '90s. That was one of the ones. You know what I
Man,
mean, with the
yep.
cross,
Praying hands.
praying hands. Yep, praying hands. Um, Ezekiel 3:18 says, "When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way, to save his life. The same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand."
Right there, man. It
All
says
praise.
us you warning him of his wickedness. This can save his life. You warning him of his wickedness can save his life. And it says, if you do not speak to warn the wicked for his wicked way, then he gonna die for that iniquity. Iniquity is sin. He gonna die for that sin, but the blood will I require at thine hand. So it's on you now because you didn't say nothing.
But the warning is good enough,
You
ain't it,
got
man?
to warn them.
So that's your answer
But
right there. Yeah, that's
read
your answer.
19.
But
Read 19.
okay. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity. But thou hast delivered thy
So
soul.
if you warn him and he continues to do it, then he's still gonna die. But your soul
Mm,
is saved.
is
Yeah, the
delivered.
blood ain't on your
Yep.
hand no more. That's what I be wanting to do. It's not that I want to embarrass you. It's not that I want to do my job. If it deter you, I'll pray to the Most High.
Hmm.
But my job is to warn you, bro.
Bro, think about all that blood on people's hands, bro.
Because we just
And
keep, bro. We just keep going.
unbeknownst.
We
You
act
know
like
what
we
I'm
don't
saying?
see it, man.
Mm,
We act like we don't see it, man.
unbeknownst.
People think that I just be on some bully type this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on no bully type
Yeah.
stuff. I'm just I have to rebuke you. I gotta let you know, bro. That ain't the way to go, right there. That ain't the way to go. You gotta switch it up.
20 say
Hmm.
again, when a righteous man thou turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him. That stumbling block gonna be that humble
Man, the
moment, ain't
stumbling
it,
block not
man?
necessarily a humbling moment. Sometimes it's a stumbling moment.
It's a
You feel
stumbling
me?
moment.
It'll knock you back for a
But,
second.
he shall die because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness which he hath done shall not be remembered. But his blood will I require at thy hand.
You gotta help your brother out too. Now that's one of the ones. Hey,
Hmm.
I gotta put that one in my arsenal. I gotta put that
Hmm.
one in my arsenal because we have some righteous men that turn and commit iniquity, just like you have unrighteous men that commit iniquity. And that's one I gotta put in my arsenal, bro. I'll pray to the Most High for you bringing that one out because
All praise
I
to
be
the Most
holding
High.
brothers at such a high standard. And the thing that I'm guilty of, first of all, we got to be able to rebuke ourselves. We got to be able to point out when we slipping up too. And what,
You know, we should really start with
bruh,
self first, bro.
we should,
You know what
we
I'm saying? We
should.
should start with self because you can't. You're not
The
gonna be
thing
able to
about it
go.
is though, after you've worked on yourself so long, you forget to go back and work on
Hmm.
yourself some more.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? After you got a mile on lock, after you done beat your trial, like this was the hardest one for me. Once you got past it, it's victorious. But even in the victory lap, you still got to be aware of what you can run into. Yeah, you victorious, but you still got to go back and realize that you can make a mistake too. And that's one of the things that I have to get on myself about is that I hold myself at a high standard, and I got to quit holding others around me at that same standard.
Hmm.
Now,
They can't learn like you
I
learn, bro.
expect you. Yeah, I want you to get right, and especially if you're gonna be around me. You're gonna be around me. I want you to get right. But everybody ain't as straightforward as I am. Everybody don't want it as bad as I want it. I want you to. I want you to grasp hold of it just like I'm grasping hold of it. But everybody not gonna do that. It take more time for certain people, and we don't have time like that. And that's what I be trying to. That's what I be trying to throw on the table. But we ain't got time to play around, man. We got to jump on. We got to get to it.
It seems like it's so. It seems like it's so near a lot lately. You know what I'm saying? It's just seeing all those antichrist
Man,
pop ups
man,
everywhere. I'm talking. It's so many. So it's so many
bro, it's
nowadays.
like you'll have so many people that start depending on the teachings of others so much. Like that's how we got to where we at, depending on other people and letting them teach us. That's how we start getting into sin in the first place. Let other people tell us what we should be doing when the Most High already told us what to do. He done gave us a whole book. All we gotta do is study it. Study to show thyself approved. Remember, we were talking about the other day. You know what I'm saying? They said Yahweh Shai grew with wisdom. If he can
Mhm.
grow with wisdom, man, we need to study so we can grow too. But when I see a righteous brother or a righteous sister, and they are in iniquity based on the teachings of somebody else who they hold at a higher uh, respect, someone who they think is very
Mhm.
knowledgeable. It damages them, and it make me be like, well, this person ain't got what I got. He ain't got the tools I got. But in all actuality, I'm supposed to help them out, point it out, rebuke them, warn them, let them know, hey man, this is wrong, bro. You know that ain't right. And I'm gonna tell you, I might end up having to make some calls tonight after this lesson, based off of what we sitting here talking about, man.
Yeah.
Because I'm guilty. I'm guilty of not judging like I should. I'm guilty of not rebuking. I'm guilty of not warning like I should be warning from our brothers and sisters. Man. I'm guilty. I gotta put it on out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm to let it be known. So yeah, judging is important in this level. You got the judgment of your peers, the judgment of your brothers and sisters, and you have the judgment of the Most High. And those are two different things, but they all are judgment, all the same. And one coincides with the other. One helps the other out. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Go to Romans 14 and 10, bro.
All praise to the Most High for it. Just make you think, bro. Like, yeah, I might have to call somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you know me. I'm a realist. I don't sugarcoat for myself. I don't make excuses for myself. I take the training wheels off. You know what I'm saying? I gotta jump out there, man.
Uh, it says, but why dost thou judge thy brother, or why dost thou say that not thy brother? For we shall all stand before the judgment seat of Christ. For it is written, as I live, saith the Lord, every knee shall bow to me, and every tongue shall confess to Yahweh. So that every one of us shall give account of himself to Yahweh. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block on an occasion to fall in his brother's
Bro,
way.
look, if you don't judge, aren't you assisting the stumbling blocks in his way?
Man, that
If
blood
you
on your
don't,
hands,
you
bro.
are, even though you're not responsible for the stumbling block, if you don't let him know and you don't say something, you assisting the stumbling block, bro. We know for a fact the Most High gonna judge us at the end of the days. So why would we not help that brother out? Give him a test, but give him a pop quiz before the test. So when the test comes, he ready. Help him out, man. Group study. It's a group study, man. We gotta help one another out. Therefore, when that time comes, because go to James 2 and 13. This is what can be different. This is the difference between us and the Most High, which is a lot of differences between us and the Most High.
For sure. For sure. So, so,
So
so
many
many
differences, man.
unexplainable that we can't even. Let's just say
2 and
James what?
13.
2 and what? Yeah, no comparison though, bro.
At all.
Without mercy, all praise that he shoot and mercy rejoice against judgment. And
Look,
Salaki, what do it?
Salakia, bro.
What do it? Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
What do it profit, my brethren? Though a man say he has faith and have not works, can faith save him? If a brother or sister be naked and destitute, did I say that right, bro? Destitute, 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 salaki of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace. But ye warn and fear, notwithstanding ye gave them not those things which are needful to the body. What do it profit? Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone.
Man, so we gotta help them out with the works, man. Having faith is one thing, but if you ain't got that works, you're gonna be in trouble because James 2 and 13 said, for he shall have judgment without mercy. Do you know what that means, bro?
Oh yeah, ain't even gonna be no talk about
Ain't no grade on the curve.
it.
Ain't no, you know what I'm saying? It gonna be the Lord has spoken. That's it. So that's the difference. We can have a little mercy. You know what I'm saying? Remember how you were saying when you give a judgment on a brother or sister, you think about how it's gonna affect them, how they gonna take it. That's mercy.
Mm-hmm.
That's having mercy.
When they're
But
feeding the dead
we
to the
also
living,
have to have
you know the
discernment.
end is near. Check out this death chamber this.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, we have to have that, a little discernment on how much mercy to have because we don't want to choose a person's feelings over balance, justice, righteousness, what's right, and over the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. We got to drop it off, man. We got to drop it off. And we have to be aware of everything that's going on. Just like that video that you got right there. If you don't warn a person of what's going on,
Man,
if you don't let them know, then you know what I'm saying? We just as guilty as the people that's doing it. We got to get that information out. We got to share it. Let them know that this is happening. Despite of how we might be seen as crazy, some people gonna call us a conspiracy theorist. We still gotta get to them, bro. But go ahead, please.
let me see if I can get it up. Cause I was uploading it, but it started playing. I said,
Yeah, it just started sharing.
dang.
When they're feeding the dead to the living, you know the end is near. Check out this death chamber, this washing machine. They call it aquamation, where they liquefy the dead and then dump the remains down the drain to be recycled into the municipal water supply. And so people are drinking it, they're showering in it, they're doing their laundry in it, and this is happening in most states across the country. In most major cities, they're recycling dead people and feeding it to the living. What does that mean exactly? And they're grinding up the bones into powder. They call this calcium phosphate, which is going to be used for food processing, undoubtedly. Maybe in your vitamins. And so what are the implications when people start eating dead people, like cannibalism?
Yeah, that's all I got of it. I saw that video earlier today, man. It was just like, I never thought
What it make
about
you think of when
what
you
they
saw it?
do. Just it was one scripture I read yesterday, and we was talking about the blood being up to the bridle. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
before then, it was talking about like how the Most High was gonna make all those people who really deny Him, that had the mark of the beast,
Mm-hmm.
was gonna make them drink that, bro. Make them drink that. So I don't know why I thought about that, but it made me think about that. It made me think about. Let me find that script, man, because I can sit here and talk about it all day. It's gonna be Revelations for sure. What was 14? I want to say. Let me go check. Revelations 14. I'll read this 8. It's it's Revelation chapter 14 and 8. It says, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, the great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That ain't the one, but that was a good one too.
That's a good one. They hit.
It hit. Let's see. Okay, I'll just start there. All praise to the Most High for that.
Go to 9.
And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God. Bro, the wine of the wrath of God is so serious. When Yahweh come through with that wrath, that wine of the wrath, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever. That means it is going to be smoked out forever.
Mm, mm, mm.
You will not quit seeing these folks smoke in the air, and they have no rest day or night. Who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark in his name. Here in the patience of the saint, here are they that keep the commandments of God and faith of Yahushua. All praise to the Most High.
Man, look. It said. He said he gonna trade the wine press by himself.
Man.
He treading the wine press. So when you drinking that wine, well, you floating out there in that, you floating in it, boy. You in it.
Man.
You laying down in it.
Face down too,
Face
bro.
down in it, man.
Face down. I'm talking about like, oh man, it just. I tell you, bro, the first time that what it brought my mind to, you remember Katrina? Man, no water came through. Them folks couldn't do nothing about that water.
Nothing they could do.
It's gonna be blood
That's
though.
right. That's what it's gonna be, man. Rivers of.
But yeah, that's what I don't know why I thought about that when I read I mean when I saw that video, but I had just read that and then boom, here go that video. I'm like, what?
You know that's how the Most High work, man.
Man, I was just about to say that. Man, I'll
He
praise
work
to
like
man.
that, bro.
I'll praise to the Most High for sure.
He work like that. And see, this is what you can save your brother from enduring right there. You can save him from going through that because Leviticus 19 and 17, it said, don't hate your brother. Don't hate your brother, but you shall in any wise rebuke your neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Do you know what that means to say not suffer sin upon him? Like that.
Now bring that
Just
up for me,
think
bro.
about it. It says, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy brother or thy neighbor, which when it says brother, they go right there. They let you know who the brother is or who your neighbor is. Your brother and your neighbor are one. So your neighbor is your brother. It says, don't hate your brother because you're going to see him doing some stuff like I said, I seen that Homo sapien at work. You know I hate that act. The scripture says man shall not lay down with mankind. It's an abomination. So you know I hate that act, but I can't hate my brother. That's what I gotta keep from doing. I gotta keep from hating that brother for that same thing. I know he's doing.
Hey, you'll be done hated that brother be right up in the right up in that river.
It's on your end. It's on your
press.
end. You might as well be doing it. The same thing you hating him for, you might as well be doing it. And you know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta be careful of, bro. You gotta be careful that you don't hate that brother, but you can hate that act that he's doing. But then it also says, rebuke the brother. So you got to warn him. You got to warn him about what he's doing. And it says, and not suffer sin upon him. So you can't just sit back and just let him go through it. You can't just say, well, you gonna get it. Just wait till it.
You'll get what's coming.
You gonna get what's coming to you.
You'll get what's coming to
you. Can't do that, bro. We can't do that. We gotta jump out there, man. You gotta at least try to help that brother. When you see a person drown and you are a great swimmer, you jump out there to save that person from drowning, you run a risk of that person drowning you. You do know that, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, because they hit.
They panicking.
And
they will literally push you down to pull them up. They just want some air. They not thinking about killing you. I done seen so many times a person jumped in the water to save a drowning person and they drown with that person and they both drown. But the thing about it is, the person that jumped out there to save that person and died, man, that right there is a righteous death.
Yeah. That's like saving somebody in like somebody about to get ran over, you know what I mean? And you push them out the way or even a train or
That's right,
anything
bro.
like
That's
that.
righteous. That's righteous, man. That's righteous. Now, of course it's gonna hurt, but the Most High, he appreciates that, man. He's paying attention. He see that. He see that. And that's what you're doing. When you rebuking your brother, when you judging your brother, when you letting them know that they're doing wrong, bro, that's what you doing, man. You jumping out there, and hey, it's a possibility you might lose your job. But you jumped out there, bro.
And Most High gonna
Oh yeah, he gonna look out on you.
yeah, he gonna straighten that.
Or you gonna look up and you have a job that pay more money.
Man, way less work.
Like dang. Look up John 5:13, bro.
Alright. I'm cranking up another video too for us. Bro, what get me is because I always look for alphabetical order, but it's it's not in alphabetical order. It's in New Old Testament, New Testament. You said John 5:18?
John 5:13. I mean
13.
15 and 13. So like
15. John 15:13 says, greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servants knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father, I have made known unto you.
you a friend. And it says 13 says, greater love has no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends.
His friends, yeah.
That's the greatest love that you can have. You did, bro. You did something. You did something. Everybody ain't gonna do that. What you had? What you finna bring out?
I ain't got a shit, bro. I missed my video up. But it was gonna be it was this doctor talking about smoking,
Mm-hmm.
and he's just giving a explanation on how it's damaging parts of your lungs, or it's building up mucus on your lungs. And I was making a video. I messed up the recording.
Yeah, that's tough. It's one thing to smoke and damage yourself, but that secondhand smoke,
Yeah, somebody else smoking right there on
bro,
you.
you taking you. What if you the one doing the secondhand smoking?
Hmm.
Not only did you make a choice to shorten your lifespan, you made a choice to shorten your brother's lifespan. Man, I got a brother who I ain't heard from in a while. I'm talking about long time. And he was currently in sin, which a lot of us are, bro. A lot of us go through sinful moments. But he was in denial. He would tell me, I don't do this. I don't do that. I don't do that. But bro, you smell like weed when you get in the car. Being in denial hurts your progress. It hurts your progress. I'm gonna say something, bro. It's out of love. I'm gonna rebuke you out of love. It ain't that I'm getting out on you. It ain't because I'm trying to say, man, well, I don't do that no more. Bro, it's not. That's not what it is, bro. It's a reason I don't do that no more, man. I done put on 50 pounds. I'm eating healthy.
Hmm.
I'm living healthy. I feel better. I need less rest to get through the day. My body appreciates it. It's not that I'm trying to belittle you for your sin, because I too had sin. I too have struggled. But you can't keep on acting like I don't do this, I don't do that, if you still do it, because that's gonna hinder you from progress, bro. But I'm gonna tell you, I don't hear from that brother, and I think it's because he got deeper in that sin. I think it makes him feel a certain way. And the thing about it is, whether you hide from me or not, the Most High know what you're doing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The Most High know what you're doing, man. Can you pull up the definition for integrity, bro?
Yeah, sure can. Sure can. See that, bro? Integrity. It's a noun.
Mm-hmm.
It got honesty in parentheses. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles that you refuse to change. It said no one doubted the president was a man of the highest integrity, someone's artistic, professional, etc. integrity approving. I don't know why that's.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That first one highlighted in blue is great. It
Yeah,
said
yeah,
the
that's
quality of being honest, having strong moral principles that refuse to change. Integrity is something that you have to have even when no one is around.
mm-hmm.
It's easy to say, I do this, you should do this is what we're supposed to do, we do this. But integrity is actually doing that when ain't nobody looking. Ain't nobody in the house with me and my rib. So why do I insist that she has a dress on when nobody's around? Why do I insist that her hair is covered when we study? Because we have integrity. We make sure, you know what I'm saying, that we on ours. We make sure we on ours, man. Everybody not on theirs, but integrity is being able to do that when ain't nobody else around. That's integrity. Yeah, it look good. It look good in the public. It look good on Facebook, social media. It look good. But what are we doing when ain't nobody else around, bro? Are we keeping the Sabbath? Are we going out there working in the yard? Are we, you know what I'm saying? I would like to just cut on the studio, get in that booth, turn the studio on and go in. But I love keeping the Sabbath. I love doing what the Most High want me to do. That's having integrity. Now I'm not gonna say I don't work on any music on the Sabbath, but when I work on music, I'm gonna tell you what it is, bro. I got my sword out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not working on no music. I'm not selling studio time. I'm not, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I got my sword out. I'm learning something and I'm doing his work, but I'm not working at all. I'm
Mm-hmm.
doing his work. There's a big difference. It's a big difference in doing his work and working. What he wants us to do is to teach, reach, preach, help, do as much as we can to do his bidding and make his bidding come like it's supposed to, bro.
So Square said she don't even feel she said it has become a habit when I don't have my hair wrapped. I don't even I I feel less modest. I get what you're saying, though.
She said she feel less modest when she don't have her head wrapped on. Feel naked.
I get that.
Dang, why don't what? I gotta get right. And so that's what we do. And there ain't even nobody around. She feels less modest. You understand what I'm saying? It becomes habitual. It becomes a feeling. It becomes an attachment. When you do what the Most High wants you to do, it becomes part of you. Everybody, man, a lot of people able to talk. Gift the gab. That's something Israelites have in general. Israel are blessed. We the salt. We can say some slick things. You know what I'm saying? A person that don't know nothing about cars, I can tell him, man, look here, man, a car don't really have to have a transmission, bro. A car don't have to have a transmission. You can make that thing run smooth. You can bypass it. A person that don't know nothing about cars, they gonna think, man, that man know something. Because I didn't know that. But a person that knows something about cars, I'm like, boy,
Hey, boy, you gotta have
you
what
can't,
that motor just gonna keep on turning. You hear
you
me?
can't do that. You can't do that. That's foolery.
Turning.
But my point is, of course we can say some slick stuff. But do we have integrity? Do we have the integrity to continue to do what we're supposed to do even when nobody's around? That's what we gotta have, man. That's what we gotta have, man. I'm easily hurt when I see brothers with a lackluster integrity. It hurt me. I'm affected. Dang, I thought that brother was. Dang, that hurt me. That stung. Tickled a little. Dang. So therefore, I have feelings attached to it, and I have to stop expecting so much out of them. But I have to rebuke them. Don't take it personal. Rebuke them. Help them out. Judge righteously. The judging righteously means you can't put judgment on somebody for something if you're doing the same thing. You can't tell a person, hey man, you don't need to be eating pork, and you eat pork. You can't tell a brother, hey man, look, man, you need to put your foot down on your grill. Your wife shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't let your wife do that. But at your house, it's the same thing going on. You can't do that. That's not integrity. Just because we don't know you got it going on, you have to have integrity about yourself. Be honest. Have some morals. Because there's a lot of things we can hide. There's a lot of stuff we can hide, bro. But notice what's gonna come behind that is judgment, bro. A judgment coming behind it. You can get ready for
That's
that.
what you read there. That's what you just
Huh?
read in that wine press, wasn't it,
Well, it's coming behind it, man.
man?
Yeah, you get away with it today. The feds build up a case, though. The feds build up a case on you. Let you hang yourself. And then you get bound up. That's how they bam you up. Cold-blooded. That's how they bam you up. What you got, bro? What you got?
Yeah, I ain't my video. I was sitting over here trying to edit it, but I couldn't get it right. But it was very edifying though. I can't pull it up. I'm gonna read. I got some scripts to give out.
Come on, bring them out. Bring them out. Bring them out.
Joshua 1:8. I think he gave me that one, bro.
Bring it out.
Said the book of the law, this Joshua 1:8. It said the book of the law shall not depart out thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good succession. All praise.
That's a good one. Hey, go get 1 Corinthians 11:31. Tell me what you think. What you get out of it.
1 Corinthians 11:31 says, "For if we would judge ourselves, we should not be judged." I was just talking about this. I told you you ain't gonna be able to judge nobody if you don't start with yourself first. Cause you're gonna have to be all the way right. You know what I mean? For you to come through and say, yeah, so and so, I don't think I like the way I don't think you should do this, or I don't think this should be done this way. When you going and being the same way or doing this behind closed doors or talking about one another not according to the Bible, then you're not gonna be able to judge nobody. You're not gonna be able to do that because it's gonna fall on you.
It says,
How you
it
gonna?
said, for if we would judge ourselves, we
Mm-hmm.
should not be judged. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. What that is saying to me, bro, is if we judge ourselves, if you judge yourself, how can another person judge you?
Mm.
If you corrected yourself already, how can they correct you? If we judge ourselves today,
Mm-hmm.
when the Most High comes back, we won't be condemned with the world because we done already got it right. We judged ourselves, we done already got it right, bro. That's important. It's important. And how do you judge yourself? What do you do? What do you use as a measuring stick? How do you know what's wrong and what's right? You can't go off of the laws of the land. We can't go off of a worldly concept. Or you just know what's right and
Mm-hmm.
wrong. You know that's wrong. No, you don't. Because
You got the laws of the Most High.
that's your measuring stick. That Torah,
Mm-hmm.
the first 5 books in the Bible, that's your measuring stick, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you, as weird as it sounds, a pedophile does not see the wrong in what he doing. So it ain't no wrong and right. A rapist can convince himself she asked for it. Or he asked for it. Ain't no wrong and right on as far as they go, as far as their judgment goes. So we have to use the law, statutes, and commandments And we can't just base it off of a couple of them. Thou shalt not rape is not in the 10. You understand what I'm saying? That ain't in the 10.
Like,
So that
mother and father too, man.
that ain't in the 10. So we gotta base it off of all of them. We gotta do what all of them say, bro.
613 in it, bro.
Man, it's over 100. You gotta get on out there. 100 plus.
Did we bring out Romans 2 and 1, bro?
Man, come on, bring it out.
All right.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
Therefore thou art inexcusable, O man, whoever thou art that judgest, for within thou judgest another, thou condemnest thyself. For thou that judgest does the same things. Did we bring that out early? I'm gonna keep going. But we are sure that the judgment of God is according to the truth against them which commit such things. And thinkest thou this, O man, the judgment is them, Salakia. The judges them which do such things, and does it the same, that thou shalt escape the judgment of God? Or deepest thou the riches of his goodness and forbearance and long suffering, not knowing that the goodness of Yah leadeth thee to repentance? But after thou hardest and impenitent heart treasured up unto thyself wrath against the day of the wrath of revelation of the righteous judgment of Yah.
That go right with what we were just reading.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Righteous judgment, man. It's gotta be righteous, bro. Now, I still have to be careful who I'm around, even though they need me around so that I can hold them accountable. I need you around so that you can hold me accountable. If you don't hold yourself accountable of things, do I need you around? Because how you gonna hold me accountable? Are you gonna righteously judge me? If you letting yourself slide on things, won't you let me slide on things? I have to have discernment to ask myself these questions. You have to be able to recognize that everybody doesn't mean you well. And it's not always personal. It's not always personal. Sometimes you being so righteous, you being on your P's and Q's so much, it damages their being able to be blind to certain things that they do because you're not, because you don't. And sometimes,
Listen to this
come
James
on,
4.
Salaki,
Salaki.
bring
He
it out,
listen to this
bring it
James
out.
4 and lift. Speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speak evil of his brother and judgeth his brother, speak evil of the law and judges the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. All praise to the Most High right there.
Man, read that last part again. That hit.
He did it, bro. That's why I had to stop you for a minute.
Okay,
I'm gonna read the
come
whole
on.
thing. Speak not evil one another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of his brother and judgeth his brother speaketh evil of the law and judgeth the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge.
Boy, you just a judge, boy.
You know, he ain't doing no law. He ain't how you judging the law? He ain't even
Come
following
on,
the law.
man. Come on, man.
That remind me of a video I seen. It was this lady and this cop. This lady was following this cop, bro. I'm talking about following around like she just keep following him. So this other cop looking, I guess he had called backup or something, and he must have flapped her or something, bro. She had a window down. She was just screaming like I'm talking about in middle. She was like, "Why he ain't help? Why he don't use his turn signal? Why don't he use his turn signal?" And I felt the woman for a minute, bro, because it's like you going out here and you
All day.
supposed to be a upstanding citizen / servant.
You
You
uphold
supposed to
law.
be following these laws too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you supposed to uphold the law. That's
Mm-hmm.
right, bro. So you need to hit every turn signal,
Set an example.
you need to stop at every stop sign, follow speed limits. You know what I mean? So I was with her, but ain't nobody gonna press that issue, man. I'm not gonna press no issue on no cop not using no turn signal or no cop being on the phone while you texting and
You ain't
driving.
finna get shot behind nothing like that.
All right,
Finna get shot behind.
but yeah, that made me think about that, man. It's like, man, you ain't even
You just a
you
judge.
can't be judging and you can't be just a judge.
Nah, don't just be a judge.
You better follow
That's a
the
good one
law.
right there.
You
That's a
better
good one
follow
right
the
there, bro.
law.
Don't just be a judge, bro.
Don't just be
Hey,
a
how the
judge.
commercial used to say? I'm just not the president. I'm a member. You feel me? Don't just be the president of the company. Be a member.
Be a member. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we at that hour mark, man.
We
We
do.
at that hour.
We do. Hey, this is a good lesson because usually when they get away from us like this,
Mm-hmm. We
no, they
yep.
hit.
It be done took us somewhere, but it took us right where we need to be at though.
Yeah,
Yep. But yeah,
we did.
just so everybody remember, it's levels to this judgment. Is you got to not just be a judge, be prepared to be judged.
Mm-hmm.
And also,
Mm-hmm.
if you judge your brother or being judged by your brother, this prevents us being condemned by the world when the Most High returns. Don't be afraid to be judged. Hold yourself accountable and don't make it easy for them. If you know they're going to judge you, don't make it easy for them. Don't only get on your stuff. Judge yourself. It said if you judge yourself, you can't be judged. Ain't that what the scripture said?
Mm-hmm.
Judge yourself. They can't
What you
judge you.
said?
They can't judge you. If you get yourself together, ain't nothing they can do, bro.
Be ye perfect like thou,
That's
Yahweh
right.
Shah.
Like Yahweh, which is in heaven.
Like Yahweh, which is
For
in heaven.
real.
That's right, bro. That's right.
For real. So yeah, we supposed to follow in the footsteps of our brother Yahweh Shah, but be ye perfect like our Father. Y'all already know what it is, man. This has been
Yep.
excellent right here. This the turnaround. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
'Cause we don't want to just see the world turn around.
Look at it.
That's the
And look,
wrong
I enjoy listening to him. I don't know if y'all know, but I enjoy listening to him. I'll be laughing about that for the rest of the night right there. That right there what he just did.
We ain't trying to see the world revolve. We trying to turn it around like the background.
Cold blooded. I'm telling you, that boy cold blooded.
Hey, shout out to Chet. Hey, shout out to Chet.
Yeah, y'all know we appreciate y'all,
Sister
man.
Quay.
Y'all know what.
Brother
Yeah,
Marcus
yeah,
Stewart.
yeah. We appreciate y'all.
People who ain't want to chat with us, we chatting.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
y'all
saying?
know we looking for some.
We love
We
y'all.
did. We always looking for some guests to be up here with us. You know what I'm saying? To
For
sword
sure.
swing with us. You know what I'm saying? Just be prepared to swing your sword when you get up. But you know, all everybody. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, boy said that brother sound like section chocolate over there. Ooh,
Man, God.
Randy Walker. Randy
Man.
Walker.
Stay
Man, Randy
up.
Walker.
Stay
I believe the
up.
children know our future. Man, that boy went in. That boy can sing. That boy can sing, boy.
That fucking say. Ooh, man, he's so good
Man,
saying.
tell you. But yeah, y'all already know what it is, man. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow, bro. We're going in
Man,
all week, man.
rest of
It's
the
so
week.
much. It's so much to
Say
talk
rest of the
about, bro.
week.
So much to say. So in so little time to do it. But y'all know what I'm saying. Each
Yeah,
one try to teach one. Each one try to help somebody. You know what I'm saying. Everybody. If everybody push, we can turn it around. It's heavy, but shit. Everybody push, we can turn it around. Y'all know what it is, man.
for sure.